So my name is Vanessa Marks, and I'm a Senior Manager with ICF International. We are conducting a benchmarking study of reentry employment opportunity programs that are funded by the Department of Labor Employment Training Administration. And our goal is to identify the highest performing organizations that have been funded by the Department of Labor and to identify what practices are being used in the organizations that might contribute to their success. ICF is an international consulting firm, and the group within ICF that we work for is called the Family Self-Sufficiency Group. So most of the work we do revolves around anti-poverty initiatives. We do a lot of work with TANF, a lot of work in the workforce development space, and quite a bit in reentry. Quite simply, OIC of South Florida is one of the highest performing organizations that's been funded by the Department of Labor Employment Training Administration over the past 10 years. The Department of Labor gave us performance metrics on all of the organizations they've funded over the past 10 years in the employment-focused reentry service arena. And we compared performance data across key metrics within cohorts and across them. And OIC of South Florida stood out as one of the top 15 organizations out of about 230 organizations in terms of their numbers on employment entry, on employment retention, and on wages. What makes OIC of South Florida impressive actually isn't just their performance numbers. It's not just the outcomes that they're achieving, but it's actually the processes they use to achieve those outcomes and their commitment to continual improvement. When we did a document review, we looked at proposals and reports for about 15 high-performing organizations, and what really stood out about OIC South Florida is how sophisticated the organization is in using data to make decisions, as well as its commitment to continual improvement. So its use of an external performance management organization, its use of sophisticated assessment instruments to be able to help determine its case management plans and to help to individualize services. I would say one of the things that stood out from the focus groups was that the participants felt that the organization was supporting them and walking alongside them, not only when they first were re-entering society, but as they continue to progress through their career. A lot of organizations are very focused on that first credential, often a first-tier credential, and then participants tend to kind of fall off or they lose contact with participants. But it seems like OIC of South Florida is very committed to helping individuals not just get a job, but to get a job that fits their skills and their interests and their abilities, and a job that's going to allow them to progress to obtain a livable wage. And so the fact that all the participants talked about OIC riding in the passenger seat as they were driving and continually reaching out to them about advancement opportunities, additional training opportunities, really pushing them to get second and third tier credentials, even after the period of performance for the grant, because the organization is that committed to helping individuals advance in their careers and their lives, and of course to stay out of prison. Certainly, I think it's sophisticated use of assessment and its dedication to making data-driven decisions is a best practice and something that ideally would be replicated by other organizations. Being very organized and just a very professional staff. We're very impressed by all of our interactions with the OIC South Florida staff. We have a great team.